urban style individual.
What's up with y'all? Hopefully this video finds you in good spirits, and if not, well, at least you not DSP. And I got something special for y'all today, but before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to all the vets out there. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, but today is the Marine Corps' birthday. Shout out to all my devil dogs out there. We know that the Marine Corps was founded in a damn tavern/bar. So I expect y'all boys to be out there pouring up, go crazy. Just make sure y'all be safe, y'all be careful, and pour one up for your boy. Because I'm probably going to be doing the same thing. And there's no such thing as too much drinking today. Just today. But what do we have here? So here we have former Superintendent PWR, who's effectively losing his mind. I cannot find a better way to describe what I have been seeing from him as of late. So let's get into it.
Let's get 10 subs for another whiskey shot. Let's get 10 subs for another whiskey shot tonight. I'm hot. Did I get 10 subs? Who gave the 10 subs, bro? Let me know. Did I miss it? Because the last I got was Deuce Vinct. He gave the 25 subs. Like I said, I'm calling Phil out. Catherine, if you got your passport, girl, come on over here. Because I'm going to show you how a real man treat a big girl, baby. Bam! Did I get 10 subs? I got Deuce Vint. Gave me the last 25s. He gave me 10 subs.
Now we can already see from the onset that there's already shades of DSP in his mannerisms, right? He's already asking for subs to drink. You can clearly see that he's already inebriated. There's certain things that I could not put in this video because it was so crazy. The man pulled his pants down on stream. And if I'm not mistaken, he was banned from Kick. Now, I don't know how long that ban is going to be, but Lord Diaz, shout out Lord Diaz, was able to acquire this stream even though PWR has been deleting his archives.
You know what? Screw it. I love you guys. I love you guys. Screw it. La, la, la. I'm hotter for Sean, bro. I'm hotter for Sean. No, I will say this. If Kat is watching, because we know she watches my videos. Girl, if you got your passport, if you ready to really settle with a real man, baby, I'll let you play Skyrim all you want. I'll let you get DoorDash all you want, baby. And we about to make a child. We about to settle down, me and Kat. Phil's wife are about to settle down. Cause I would smack that ass, baby.
Now, you know what people generally say about people who tell the truth. It's usually children, people who are upset, and people who are inebriated and or drunk, right? And it seems like he has a hodgepodge of at least two of those three, right? But what's interesting to me is that PWR is so infatuated with Phil that he doesn't want to be close to Phil. He actually wants to be Phil. He wants to be in his skin to the point where he wants this man's wife. And this is why I'm going to approach this a little bit differently. This is not going to be like more of a point and laugh thing. This guy clearly needs help, like yesterday.
In ways that Phil never could. Let's get 10 subs for another whiskey. No, my dick is not too tiny, bro. I'm like 6.5 inches, bro. Do you want it? Me and Phil probably have like a similar size dick. I'm like 6.5 inches. So if Phil is 6.5 inches or more, then he is giving Kat more than she deserves. So we got I just want to give the history. This is honestly, Kat is not bad. I would sample Kat. Like, honestly, I have a good amount of money right now. Probably not as much as Phil makes. But if Kat would lie down on her back and let me go for it whenever I want, like a kid running for the playroom before the McDonald's kids meal, I would sample that ass, babe. Honestly, I have no problem with the bigger girl. So let's get it going. Let's talk about Mike.
Now, as you watch his mannerisms and his behavior, I want you to keep in mind that this is indicative of someone who feels like they no longer have anything else to lose, right? He was kicked off the platform. He's been exposed for what he really is. And to me, what this does is shine light on the type of people that Phil continuously attracts to his streams. Now, we know that PWR has been a longtime viewer slash fan for a very long time, right? And we know that he branched off for a little bit, but obviously the pignosis is very strong because look what he's doing. Now, I know that he just went in on Cat and all that, but keep paying attention to the things that he's saying because the truth is coming out.
I am the show shopper. I would treat Cat right. I would. You know what? Honestly, I would treat Cat right. I'd be like sushi dinners. You know, maybe a motel and a concert or something or whatever. You know, I'm not like there. I don't I only have a certain, honestly. If Phil, I love you, dude, but if you're done with Cat and you want another piece, I'll take her off your hands, bro.
You see how conflicted he is? Now, this man just went on and on about what he would want to do to this man's wife sexually, right? Now, anybody else, that's like one of the highest forms of disrespect that you can do to a man, right? But that's immediately followed by him saying how much he loves Phil. And this is why I said this man needs help. He's obviously very conflicted. He's obviously very confused. And he feels like the things that he built up, he's losing. So therefore, he's just going to go balls to the wall until it all ends. And I really hope that this dude or somebody in his life that cares about him can intervene and stop this downward spiral, man, because he's spiraling fast.
Bro, because I don't think she's that bad looking. I think she can handle the 6.5-inch cock. What do you think? I gotta take a piss and I'll be right back. You guys let me know what you think. I don't give a shit anymore.
Now, did you hear what he said? He said, I don't give a shit anymore. Now keep listening.
Listen, the mainstream platform seems to let me get away with a lot. So I'm gonna get away with my Andy Worski, baby. I'm gonna get away with my Andy Worski, bro. We're gonna do it Andy Worski style. Oh.
No, for those out there who do not know, when he's talking about Andy Worski, he's talking about drugs, and he's going to solidify that here in a second. Just keep watching.
1 second here. Fuck. Hold on a second. I'm done, bro. The thing is, when you get this shit in Canada, one thing I will say, it's hard to hold on. It's hard to actually get it snorterized here. So I'm gonna get my Andy Worski on. We're celebrating Sean. Here, hold on. I got it off a bitch that I never sampled, but she can get some pretty good. She can get some pretty good Corey Feldman. I never sampled it, but it's hard to break up. So hold on. Here we go. So my Kino Casino, enough for you boys. Here, hold on. Here, I'll like literally here. I'll let you look. There you go. Woo! Is that Kino Casino enough for your piece of it?
Now, for those of you who did not see that, obviously that was a little pile of powder, and I'm gonna let you fill in the blanks on that. Now, the question is this something that he just started doing, or is this something that he was doing the whole time? Because if you've been around addicts, especially ones that are very crafty, you know, you can be around somebody for a whole year and not know they'd have a drug addiction if they're good at hiding it.
The Kino boys would know it. Honestly, I like the Kino guys. I do. I don't agree with them business-wise, but like PPP, for example, I think PPP is hilarious, and he's funny, and he's smart, man. I PPP, I really do. But I do not like how they screwed my career. But if I had a chance, if I had a chance to do something with like Kino Casino, I would do it 100%.
See, now he's starting to be reflective. There was a point in a time where PWR wanted to be in his own lane doing his own thing. And I think a lot of people, even the detractors, for the most part, were big up in him, saying, yeah, man, do your thing. It's good, because we were under the impression that you had broke pignosis. But it's become very obvious to me that that was just temporary. And DSP has always had a hold over you. And now you're in a situation where things are starting to flounder and you're starting to lose everything and you feel like you need to go out in a blaze. And this is why I feel you need to be very careful of the things you say to these people on these forums and these discords, because you never know when one of them are going to have a moment like this and something that you said that you don't want to get out is eventually leaked. This stuff right here is absolutely insane.
I like those guys, I really do. But outside of the business, I don't. So I'm gonna show you exactly what you're all about here. I'm gonna show the Kino Casino what they're all about. Here we go. Look, watch this. Yes, Shawn Michaels, baby.
Now you see how easily he did that? That's coming from someone who has been doing this for a very long time. And I also alluded to Phil potentially playing with his nose. And I know I got a little bit of pushback for it because we all got our own opinions. Okay. And I understand that. But historically speaking, cocaine and things like that have always been a quote unquote rich man's drug. Right. So it's not the prototypical you calling up a drug dealer and you meeting in the back alley somewhere. No, you're getting it from a guy who's probably an attorney, a guy that's a doctor, a guy who's connected in the community in ways that if you look at him, you wouldn't even think he was doing something like that, because these circles are a little bit different than the traditional drug circles.
I'm doing it, Shawn Michaels. Yes, look. This is the alternative, baby. Look. Screw all the degenerate effing alternative. Like, I like those guys, man, but I don't like their business, man. But if I was like partying with the Kino guys, I guarantee it'd be a fun time.
This man is actually on stream breaking it down right in front of us, man. This is absolutely insane. But this is a dangerous place to be, because obviously PWR feels like he has nothing else to lose. And what he should have done was doing what he was doing initially when he first broke off from pignosis. Stayed in your lane, played your games, play up the whole no ass, no girlfriend, whatever your mantra was, and just stick with that. And you could have played on people's sympathy to a certain extent, and people would have tuned into you because you would have been like an underdog story, one of the ones who made it out, so to speak. But now what you've done is turned yourself into a cautionary tale, man. And it's just interesting to me that every single time one of Phil's dents get revealed is somebody that's like this, who's on the far end of the spectrum, somebody who is out of their damn minds. And I know that this man has some mental conditions or something's going on with him. But it's just interesting to me that every single time that these things are brought to the forefront, it's never anybody that we would say is normal, ever.
Honestly, I guarantee if me and PPP and Andy were snorting the blow, we'd probably have an amazing time. Look at this. Look, I'm not even joking. I got this off a piece of ass that I didn't have sex with, but can get the shit. So hold on, I'm just busting it up. Because whenever you bust it up in Canada, it smells really nice. It smells like gasoline, but it's all chunky, bro. So we're doing it Kino Casino. We're doing it PWR style, baby, because we're the ones who actually risk our careers to do this shit. So here you go, baby. Here it is. Look, I'm showing it. Kiwi Farms, Kino Casino, whatever you want. Yeah, Shawn Michaels, baby. There it is.
So if you are a detractor right now, or somebody that's plugged into this verse in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I highly advise that you keep an eye on PWR, because the way in which he's going, he is being very revelatory. And I do not think that this is the end of things coming out or quote unquote coming to the forefront. Because like I said before, he feels like he has nothing else to lose. So in the last ditch effort to draw attention to himself, he's going to quote unquote spill the beans. And I would not be surprised at all if Phil has reached out to him behind the scenes in an attempt to silence him, to hush him, maybe even pay him off in some way. Who knows? Who knows?
So screw all these pieces of crap. Let's continue on with our Shawn Michaels night here, bro. Apparently, I don't even know where my shirt is. I was gonna put my shirt back on. But apparently that's what ended Shawn's career, right there. let's get some subs, bro. The casino asked for subs, so why can't I ask for subs? Let's get some subs.
Look at him once again. Shades of DSP. And my question always, because Dent and Phil always love pointing to detractors as the bad guys, right? But the detractors are not forcing you to do anything. We are not charting your steps. All we're doing is documenting the things that you do, your decision making. So what detractor or what did detractors do to make you start doing blow on stream, PWR? Seriously, because I know you're on this crusade against us and you want to shut us all down and take us all out or whatever. We're not worried about that. But at what point are you going to own the decisions that you made in your own life to get you to this place? Because when you broke pignosis, right, you were pounding your chest and talking about how you're not going to mess with Phil no more. You're doing so much better now. You moved out of your mother's house and you brought light to the good decisions that you're making. But now you're on stream doing blow and hitting whiskey from the throat like you a damn crackhead. And somehow that's our fault, right? Nobody forced you to do this.
Let's get some subs for a dirty ass bag, bro. I don't care. I'm just like done, man. I'm so finished with this shit that if I had to go back to drugs, like, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all pieces of shit. And we're gonna do some big business, bro, that you will never do. I'm gonna take my last line here. Piece of shit. I'm gonna dump this out here. Hold on. I am finished. No, I'm not. I'm never finished, bro. I will never be finished. You ripped some lines. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Because I'm a pretty chill dude to do the shit with. The thing is, in Canada, the shit is so pure.
So now he's giving us some insight into the potency of the blow that he's actually doing. And this is why I said this is not something that he just took up in this moment. This is something that he's been doing the whole time, because how else is he able to, quote unquote, rip all those lines and it's as pure as he says it is, unless he has a very high tolerance to begin with. And you only get a high tolerance from partaking. So let's just be real about it.
I had to crush it with a... Hold on. They're all pieces of shit. Honestly, they're pieces of shit, bro. And I don't give a... I have enough to, like, I do know this piece of ass. And she's actually a pretty not bad piece of ass. But she doesn't have, like, sex with me.
I got news for you, PWR. You're never going to have success with women if your viewpoint is what you just stated, a piece of ass. You need to be less worried about what they say and more worried about what they respond to. And a lot of that starts with your own self-confidence, dude, because they can feel that coming off of you. You come off as if you need a mother, a chauffeur, a caretaker. You seem like you have issues doing the most basic of things, and not because you're not capable. It's because you're so down in this dark path that you can't see the forest from the damn trees. And it started with your obsession with Darksydephil and you deifying him, right? And that gives me some insight into what's going on in your own life if you look at Darksydephil as a god, bro. Like, what's really going on?
But she does get me shit if I ask her. And she got me some. And it's pretty nice. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. There you go. So, all you pieces of crap that want to support the casino, here you go. We're celebrating Sean, bro. We're celebrating Sean. And if I want to get through this, Germis Farm. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. No, I'm not going to say F the casino, because the truth is, like, I do like Ashton. I don't know much Andy, to be honest, but I like Ashton. I think he's funny. He's hilarious, man. He's smart. Ashton is a genius when it comes to screwing these detractor pieces of crap. He's like the godfather of screwing the DSP community. He is. And I like Ashton. And to be honest, man, I would like nothing more than to meet up with Ashton, man, and have a couple beers and be like, dude, like, what do we do to take this to the next level?
This is fan behavior. And this is very dangerous when you're a grown man. You should not be a fan of any man. Okay. I'm not saying that you cannot appreciate their gifts. Okay. But when you start to get into fandom, because fan is short for fanatic, you start to lose your ability to be objective. Okay. So as a grown man, this is very dangerous. Now, what's interesting about what PWR just said, though, is that he would be willing now to work with the Kino Casino. But we know that when he first branched off from Phil, he didn't want anything to do with those guys. Isn't it funny how the tides turn when desperation kicks in? All of a sudden, he's willing to do it.
I like Ashton. And it sucks because the truth is, I don't think, I actually got a message from him not long ago. And the truth is, I didn't read it because it was my fault. Because they asked me to do something with them and I took it the wrong way. Because they wanted me to do something. And I will say it, I don't give a to be honest anymore. They wanted me to do something where they wanted me to dress up as like an RCMP officer and go to like a PEI potato museum.
Okay, so for those who do not know what RCMP officer is, that's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Also, when he says PEI museum, he's talking about Prince Charles Island, which is in Canada. I'm not sure what Kino Casino was cooking up. It sounded like something that was going to be crazy, but that's what that is.
And I didn't take it the right way, to be honest. And he messaged me and he was like, oh no, man, we would have like AI'd you or something. I was like, man, I fucked that up. He is hilarious, man. And the truth is, I don't give a fuck if it's clout chasing or not. I feel like if me and him would have went to high school together, we probably would have clicked, man. He's a funny, smart guy. And the thing is, he's not just funny, he's smart. He knows how to put himself in the danger zone to take advantage of all you DSP detractors. He knows how to get your dollar. And I swear to God, if we could ever make good on this, I'd love to do something with him. And to be honest, I think a 3-way with Ashton and Kat, that who knows, that could happen. No,
he just completely went off the damn deep end. Talking about a damn 3-way. Dude, some stuff you should just keep to yourself, even if that is how you truly feel. Because I'm not going to get into your sexual orientations and what you desire. That's your business. But the second you voice it on a public platform, now it's everybody else's business. And Phil, if he's smart, he would completely ignore this. If I'm Phil, I'm acting like this guy doesn't even exist. Seriously, because nothing good can come from addressing this.
No, I think he's awesome, man. He knows how to take advantage of all you DSP detractors. That's the funny thing. He really does. And I would love to do something with him someday. I don't know much about Andy. As far as I know about Andy, he gets ass and he knows how to take his condom off on these bitches and get his cum shot or whatever. But I like Ashton. I'm an Ashton guy, bro. I like Ashton. He's the one who actually talked with me. But I don't think it'll ever happen. So if you guys like PWR and you like Casino, I don't think it'll ever happen. But who knows? If there's a chance that me and PP could do something, who knows? But we're past that now. So here's what I'm going to do for now.
Now, I would like to know what he means exactly with PPP takes advantage of the detractors. Because he's acts as if PPP is playing 4D chess with the detractors and we don't know what's going on and he's stringing us along for the ride. No, he did that to Phil. What PPP and the Kino Casino are opportunists. And to be a good opportunist, a lot of what you do is based on timing. That's why PWR, they formerly wanted to do something with you, but now probably not so much because yesterday's price is not today's price. And you should not be worried about Kino Casino, Phil, Cat, or anything else. Your number one concern should be your own mental health. Okay? If you don't take anything else from this video, listen to this. Go get help immediately. All right. Doing coke on stream, blow on stream, and hitting whiskey from the throat like you a damn crackhead is only going to serve to exacerbate the problems that you're having. They're only going to make it worse. All right. And I'm not going to go into a whole therapy session right now, but this dude clearly needs help. And it's sad that these are the type of people that Darksydephil exploits on a daily basis. And he knows it. He knows it. But that's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Urban style content. I'm dead.